Hi everybody, welcome to Ride Fearless. I'm Sydney Blanchard and I am here with the owner of the Stallion, CEO Carol Keith. CEO is the leading sire right now in the Wpra world standings.
Well, really, it wasn't planned. I was down at, we had raised a colt out of a shoot yell mare. I'm a faster dancer. And I was down at a futurity down in South Texas, and we was training him for a futurity colt. And I come home and he was severely injured standing out in the pasture. We think he might have either run a tree limb in his hip or something, but took him out for 2 years. Finally ended up having to have major surgery on him and go up and clean all that track out. And it was 2 years getting him back. So we didn't get to futurity him, and we thought we'd start, he was still a stud. He wasn't acting steady. So we bred a few mares to him. And that's how it all started. The first colts we bred to him went to running, and then it just continued from there. And we've run him a few times after, but after he got older, he kind of got steady. So we didn't take him with us anymore. We left him at home and let him do his job there.
It seems like the greatest scenarios that end up happening are never planned. I
don't even have the really big facility to have a stud barn. He has to live in the mare barn with all the girls. So it's been hard on him.
This is why we breed a CEO, is for the demeanor and also the build that he puts on our mares. So Victory, my mare, Pure Victory Dash, it was a very dainty type mare, and he put the perfect size bone on her, as well as the mind that she really needed to throw an incredibly successful futurity horse. So was IRA Grand Victory the first big winning filly that you had out of him?
That was the first one, yes. And that was really one of the first crops that he ever threw. And it's just amazing that he's had less foals out there than most of the ranked studs. I mean, I've had 36 foals go to the arena.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and it's just amazing that they've all done good. Hindsight's 2020. I ask myself all the time, maybe we should have grabbed onto that, but I have 2 other businesses, and I try to ride some, and it just didn't work out. It just wasn't in the plans to be a big stallion owner, and but we've been so fortunate. I mean, he throws a big foot, a big bone, and a good demeanor, like you said, and his colts just work. I don't know why, but we've been very fortunate that he was sent our way. And the horse is just bred out of the world. I don't know if people study bloodlines or not, but he's out of a mare called, he's out of Alive and Firing. But then Brittany Posey's horse, Duke, was out of Shoot Yeah and Splendid Recovery. So, those are both on his papers. There's just no reason why that horse shouldn't go run with the speed and the barrel racing producing horses in his pedigree. It's just all worked out.
Well, you're explaining that he had already had world champion pedigree on his papers, and now he has produced the #1 world champion horse right now, and we are over a quarter way through the season. So right. How excited are you to see Shelly Morgan on top with a CEO baby?
Oh, I am so excited. I know it's a long way. It's going to be a long road, but I'm telling you, she's sitting there with 2 little fireballs and both working really well. So she does really good in the summer run. And, she's already way ahead this year. She just has a decent summer run. She's got a good chance.
She's already qualified for the NFR on her CEO, and her name is HR Fane's Kiss and Tell.
Right.
And this is the same horse that she went into the Dodge National Circuit Finals and won. So she is now a national circuit champion. So you have that under CEO's belt. He also produced IRA Grand Victory, who won the BFA slot race as well as the Lance Graves slot race. and went on to be the second highest earning futurity horse ever, right? Right behind Famous Silk Panties. And
Right.
you had another CEO that has placed in the BFA slot race. So they must have the type of mind that you need in order to be competitive as a 3-year-old in a slot race for $100,000.
Yeah, I think my favorite mare to breed is just those hot, freaking fast mares, because he can really settle them down and make them go turn. He throws a real turny horse. So, you know, if you can get that real fast mare, I like that combination. I think, you know, that's kind of where your best chance is to, and then we're talking about futurity colts. Now, our geldings that just make good old rodeo horses. They're a little bit laid back. They just go work every time and real consistent money makers. But I think for the young 3 and 4 year olds, that I like that filly, and I like them to be bred fast.
What you recommend to the futurity world, or for the barrel racing world, is that if you want to futurity and you have a super fast mare, maybe off the track, maybe needs a little calm down, that's who CEO would be the perfect cross for that type of horse if you're wanting to run in a slot race or have a 4-year-old futurity horse.
Yeah,
now,
I think that's what. Mm-hmm.
If you're wanting to go rodeo, then pretty much anything crosses really nice with him.
Right. And I think that's why they're doing so well in the junior events too, is there's a lot of kids, you know, riding the younger or the CEO colts, and they're doing really good in their rodeo associations and things like that. Cause, you know, kids are a little different sometimes. So they can just play with them, and CEO just handles it.
Let's chat about that a little bit. Rarely do we see a stallion that you would say, oh, okay, I'm going to breed to this stud for my junior rodeo daughter to run barrels on. So, you know, how did that come around? And tell us a little bit about the success that he's had in the junior environment.
Well, he has won the junior NBHA Oklahoma. One of his colts did, a little horse, CEO executive chick. She won the Oklahoma junior NBHA championship. And like I said, Riley's took that that CEO Kind of Beautiful that was a big futurity horse. And now I guess he's around 15, maybe 16 years old, something like that. And, you know, she's down in South Texas, and it's tough down there, and she's doing really well on him still. And it's just I just sent one of my older horses to a little girl the other day, you know, to ride, and he's 21, and he will still go out there and run the barrels tough. So they just, once you get them finished and solid, they just stay that way. And I don't know why, but they just do.
What a complete blessing for you guys to have this stallion. Obviously sounds like an all-around horse for anybody to breed to, no matter what the discipline they are in or whatever level that they're at in the barrel racing world. I'm super excited for you, and I can't wait to continue to watch Shelly climb those charts. She's already proven to us that she is a national finals qualifier and, you know, part of the top 15, a national Dodge Circuit champion, and hopefully a world champion will be under her belt. I would love to see that for you guys.
Yeah, we're sure hoping it all stays good. I just love watching them all. They're just like all my kids.
We always do a Wonder Woman type Wednesday thing, and I'm always been completely impressed with you because you are 100% boss lady. Like you said, you've created and started and run 3 different types of businesses, and now you're incredibly successful in the breeding industry. What is your secret to keeping everything organized and staying on top of your game?
Well, determination, I think. Now, don't look at my house. That's the last thing on my list every day. My barn's in way better shape than my house. But I just like to get up and get after it every morning. I don't know if I set high goals, and I really want to meet them. And I don't know if there's a secret. I just think there's a lot of people that is determined, and I have a lot of determination.
I love that about you, and I definitely look up to you as a boss woman. You've been through a lot health-wise. What was that experience like, and how do you keep going with all of your businesses and family and your health, everything that you've been through the last few years?
Well, ovarian cancer, and that was a tough time. And I look back now as that it was an experience that God gave me. And I use that maybe to even drive my determination to make other things happen now, especially since I've got into my 60s. I just love life, and I just will never stop working. It's not about the money anymore. I mean, I just love to see the CEO babies run, whether I'm getting to ride or not. And it's, I just want to help those girls achieve their goals as much as I can. And that makes me happy. We have kids come ride here every summer and stay with me in the summers and in turn. And, I just love to see a kid that really wants it, because these days it's hard to find those that really want it. And if I can find somebody like that, I'm all about helping them and pushing them forward as far as I can. And that makes me happy.
What it sounds like to me is that your passion and inspiration and love for life, you like to overflow that into other people that are also have the same type of inspiration and love for life that you see in yourself. Yeah. And thank you so much for sharing everything and constantly helping people and being a great role model for all women around, the barrel racing and equestrian community as a, boss babe, businesswoman, and stallion owner, and just, you're truly an inspiration. I thank you so much.
Stall cleaner, yeah, all that too.
all around Wonder Woman. So thank you so much for your time today.
All right, thank you, Sydney.